Hey everybody, I thought I'd take this time to show you my new ride. Now, I've had this thing probably about maybe 3 months. I got it delivered when the snow was flying, and no, it's not my daily driver. I did get another daily driver from my Vibe that you've seen in my previous videos. And actually, my new daily driver has shown up in at least one of my previous videos. Kind of makes it really obviously what the car is, but that's another video. So this new car is kind of like a little project on the side because I do have a massive project that's going on right now. It is my 53 Studebaker 2R5 pickup truck. But the problem is I'm just waiting for it to get back from paint. They've had it for a year. The reason why they've had it for years is because it's a lot worse than we thought as far as rust wise on the car, on the truck. And you know, like every panel on that thing is rounded and curved, so you got to work on that. But anyways, it's just one guy and it's taking a year, so I needed some little project on the side. And I was at work one day, and well, this will give it away what the car is. One of my coworkers is a Mazda fan. She has a Mazda Speed 3 and a 97 Montego Blue Miata, the 1.8. And she's like, hey, my friend is selling one of his cars for $1,500. Needs a little work, but I thought you'd be interested in. I said sure. I went to look at the car and I brought it home. Had to be flatbedded with AAA because it wasn't running at the time, and it was in the middle of the winter time too. So this thing was on its way to my house. It was a 2-hour drive just from my house to where this car was. So here it is. It's a 1992 Mazda MX-5, Miata for short, I guess. People call these more Miatas than MX-5s. It just depends, I guess, who I'm talking to, what I could call it. It took a while to get here from where it was when I bought it originally. This car on the body has 153,000 on it now. 153,000 miles on the body. But the original engine was blown, so the guy I bought it from put an 80,000 mile engine in. And I guess he just, I don't know, just got bored of it or just was tired of it, but he couldn't get it to run. He said he had no spark. So my friend helped me out. We were looking it over. Couldn't figure out why it wasn't getting spark. And found out the ECU was unplugged. Plugged it in, got spark, wasn't getting fuel. Switched some fuel lines at the engine and it fired right up. And then I had to wait probably 2 months to get it registered and be able to drive it because I'm in Ohio and it was snowing like crazy when I got it, like I said. So I just did some things to it. I got new rims. It was on Steely's with brand new tires on it. So these tires, the new ones, or the back ones, are a little bit newer than the front ones. But I'm going to burn these tires off and then put the new ones on from the Steely's because they're the same 14-inch rims. Just these ones aren't Steely's. Those are just Miata rims or Mazda rims that are on this car. It is black, and it probably is looking better in the photo or in the video because it actually doesn't look all that great. It definitely needs a paint job, and if all goes well, it'll be getting that this winter because it does have that normal rocker rust on this car. And somebody actually tried to patch it by welding in, or not welding in, tacking in new plates, and I can't think of the word for it. And it just has some paint problems here. Back bumper needs painted because apparently somebody tried to rattle can it and it cracked over the heat. So that, and I can't remember the name of this panel, but I guess these are very fragile. So it'll get a new paint job. And as of right now, it's running, it's drivable. I'll show you here in a minute. But it does have an exhaust leak in the middle. We tried to do some patch work on it, and it's leaking in between the clamps. Because for a while, it was not rotted away, but the catalytic converter was broken. The studs were broken, so it was just hanging, and then it was straight pipe, so this thing was loud. So we just cut the catalytic converter part off and put in a pipe there and clamped it, and it's just leaking through the clamps a little bit. It's not as loud as it was. Oh, not as loud as it was. I got the roll bar from my friend who brought this car to my attention because she got a roll cage for her Miata. It needs a bearing in the clutch, throwout bearing in the other one. I can't remember the name. So you hear it when I put the clutch in, it whines. And it does not idle. It needs an idle control unit and has a little bit of misfire at idle. So has the tan interior with leather seats. It's torn here a little bit. Let me try to get some of this stuff out of here. It is spring, so stuff is raining down, and I just cleaned this thing. I do have the headrest speakers. This Pioneer came with it. It's just the base Pioneer unit. I had the newer version of this in my Vibe with the Bluetooth and everything on it, which was nice, but this thing is just stock. The antenna isn't wired, so I have to use my phone or have a CD player for music, or CD for music. Door speaker, this is the only one that I'm using right now because headrest speakers are blown to the point where they crack a lot, and that one's blown up. So, and because it needs an auto control unit, you either sit there and you keep it auto with your foot by giving it gas, or you turn the AC on, because on these little cars, when you turn the AC on, it actually ups the RPMs a little bit. And this is an aftermarket shift knob. It's one of those ones you screw in the side. I need to find a better one because this one twists around and everything, and it's annoying, but I like the long throw. Some people don't. So here we go. Has I got it with 152, 492 miles on it. It has 153, 131 on it now, so I put 700 miles on it. And it is leaking a little bit of oil, I'm guessing. I think it's leaking oil. It makes spots on the ground, but the oil level seems to be fine, and the same with the clutch. It needs a clutch cylinder replaced too. So oil seems to be fine, brake fluid, clutch fluid, all that seems to be fine. So I don't know what it's leaking, to be honest with you. Maybe leaking oil slowly, but not enough to notice it. So I'm gonna go just take it down the road real quick. I actually have to go get oil for this thing so I can do an oil change on it. So I just don't want to drive around with this camera on my head. I have to go into town. So thank you guys very much for watching this video, and I'll keep you posted on updates on this little car. And it should be a fun little project. They're cheap, and I got it cheap, so I think I'm in a good position right now. Almost died on me there. It's about to die on me. I'm watching RPMs. And for some reason the charge light's on. It doesn't not charge the battery, but it might be overcharging it. So you guys go. Hopefully this will be a fun little project.